Hello everyone, welcome to the Economy Primer series of Drishti IS. I am Ritu and today we are going to discuss very important topic of GS3 which is food security in India. So in the recent past we have seen that Indian economy is growing so fast and it has become the world's fifth largest economy. But there is a twist and there is a sad part of Indian economy that food is not much secure in our country. And according to the Global Hunger Index 2023, India has ranked 111th in out of 125 country. So which is a very alarming situation for a country because your economy is growing, but on the other hand, your food security is not enough to deal with the poverty and malnutrition of the country. So that's why we have chosen this topic. Moving to the points of discussion part. First of all, we are going to discuss that why this topic is into discussion, and then we are going to discuss that what is food security and food security in India, what are the government initiatives regarding food security, what are the challenges we have in food security, and then way forward, then practice question for prelims and mains. So moving to the discussion part. So first of all, that why this topic is into discussion. So we have taken few cutouts of the newspaper, and the first cutout says that ridding India of food insecurity, and then India's food security is being choked by climate change. Norway aid for food security in India, affordability key driver of the food insecurity in India. So what all these cutouts says that, we are talking about the food security of our country, but most of the articles and most of the news are related to the food insecurity. It means that we are failed and we are not much accomplished as a nation to fulfill the food security of this country and the food requirement of this country. So that's why this topic becomes more relevant, because it does not just deal with the food aspect, it also deals with the poverty and malnutrition aspect of the country. So moving to the next slide is about food security. So what is food security? So it has a multifaceted concept, and it is not just a minimal requirement of the food that if a person is getting just 2 square of meals for 2 days, it does not mean that this is called food security. Food security required various elements and various parameters. And what parameters we have? The first is the availability, the second is accessibility, and third is affordability. So here 3A are required for the food security. So when there is a mains question, and if you will make flow chart like food security, availability and accessibility and then affordability. So if you'll make flow chart like this, then your answer will look more nicer and more beautiful. So availability means that food production within the country, that what kind of food production is happening in our country, how much food we are importing and how much foods we have in the buffer stocks. Coming to the accessibility, that food is within the reach of every person without any barriers. And third is affordability, that every person has that kind of the money and that kind of resources that they can afford food and they can afford healthy food. So these are the 3 parameters for the food security. And as you all know that food are the important element of the life, but just not completing and feeding any person is called as the food security. We need that the food is secured, the food is healthy, and every person has right to have food. So moving towards the next slide is about food security in India. So how we secure food in our country? So there are different parameters. The first is the food production, and India has made remarkable progress in the food production, and we are not just fulfilling our needs, we are also exporting various wheat, rice to the other countries. Coming to the buffer stocks, so we are also very careful about that how much food we are producing, and we are also storing it in our warehouses. And in country we can see that there are silo godams and so many things are happening for this buffer stock. Moving to the addressing malnutrition. So India has implemented programs to address the malnutrition, and malnutrition is still a big problem in our country. So it has implemented various policies. Then containing food pandemic impact. So pandemic has shifted the food security of all over the world, not just India. So after pandemic, how we are securing the food, this is also one of the parameters for the food security in our country. Then sustainable agriculture. Right now, sustainable development goals are so much eager towards the agriculture, manufacturing sector, the environment sector. So they have a special emphasis on agriculture, and whatever we are producing with the help of the ground, with the help of the soil, with the help of the water, air. It should be sustainable in nature and it should be sustained for the future generation as well. And then climate change resilience. So climate has a very correlation with the food security, and if the climate is not going good condition and it is not performing good, then our food security will also hamper. So these are the parameters to secure food in our country. Moving to the next slide. Next slide is about government initiatives, that what government of India has taken the initiative. The first initiative is the National Food Security Act 2013. So this is what you can say one of the mega food project which the government of India has introduced, and it has a different kind of provision that 75% of the rural populations are covered under it and 50% of the urban population are covered under it. So this is NFS, and first time it has given the legal entitlement of the food. And then coming to the integrated child development services. So this is the world's one of the most innovative projects we have for the child development, for the child care, and in which nutritional diets are provided to every child. And then public distribution system. So India has a strong public distribution system, and recently you have also heard that Ramvilas Paswan has introduced one nation and one ration. It means that you can avail ration if you have a ration card from any part of the country. And then Antyodaya Anna Yojana. So this is also a very successful program of the country in which the foods are provided to the BPL families, and under which 1 crore BPL families are covered. And then Eat Right movement. So what is this Eat Right movement? So we already have discussed that food security does not mean that you'll have a food. It means that you should have a nutritious and healthy food. So this is called as Eat Right movement in India. And then Poshan Abhiyan. So why we are much discussing about integrated child development services then Poshan Abhiyan? Because whatever we are food insecurity we are witnessing from the childhood itself, and the children are not getting enough food according to the requirement. So that's why government has taken a keen initiative for the children and for their malnutritional kind of the problem. So for the month of September has been regarded as a Poshan Ma, and under Poshan Abhiyan we have Poshan Vatika also, in which every household has a different kind of gardens in which they will grow a very healthy and nutritious food for the requirement of the whole family. So this is called as a Poshan Abhiyan, and we have a different kind of Poshan Abhiyan. Right now we have Poshan Abhiyan 2.0. So it means that it is increasing day by day. And then coming to the food fortification. So we have a food, but if we are getting just rice or we are just getting lentils, so we'll have a different kind of vitamins, micronutrients. But in our country, around 70% of the population who lacks micronutrients in their diets. So that's why we have this food fortification kind of initiative, in which there is a separate condition and separate focus on the micronutrients, and especially for the women and children. So these are the government initiatives we have regarding food security in the country. Moving to the next slide. Next slide is about what are the challenges we have in terms of the food security. So the first challenge is agricultural issues, because India is an agriculture based country, but still we have a various agricultural issues. There is a lack of technology, there is a different kind of climatic problems, over employment. So these are the agricultural issues. There is a soil eradication, soil erosion, so water problem. So these are the challenges we have in agricultural issues. We have also discussed to the climate change, that climate change has a severe impact on the agricultural things and food security of our country, because so many crops are damaged because of the excessive rain. Sometimes crops are damaged because of the lack of rain. So all these things are result of the climate change. And then we have supply chain disruption. So right now in this globalized world, we are importing few food items and we are also exporting few food items. But here what we can see, that world is facing a different kind of problem. Suppose that we have this Russia-Ukraine war, and then we have Israel-Palestinian issue. So why India is getting affected by all these problems? Because Russia is known as a bread breakfast land of the whole European countries, and India also exports many bread items and many food items, especially the sunflower oil from the Russia and Ukraine. And because of the war, the whole supply chain has been affected, and as a result India has been also affected. And then unequal distribution of the food. So unequal distribution of food is also an important factor in country like India. It means that rich are getting richer and poor are getting poorer. It means that fat are getting fatter and thin are getting much thinner. It means we have a unequal distribution of food system. We have definitely public distribution of system, but what we have seen that few households and few persons who have a largest amount of the land and they are producing a lot. On the other hand, there are more members of the country who does not have desired amount of the land and they cannot fulfill their daily needs and dietary needs for all those productions. So this is called as the unequal distribution of the food. And then malnutrition. So according to a data, around 35% of Indian children are facing the stunting and malnutrition kind of the problem. So this is also one of the important problem of India, that malnutrition is happening because of the food insecurity in the country. So these are the challenges we have in terms of the food insecurity. Moving to the next slide. Next slide is about what is the way forward. So we already had discussed that what are the problems we have, but being an aspirant and being an aware citizen of this country, you must know and you must find the solution, that what could be the solution. So the first solution is enhance agricultural productivity. So India is an agriculture based country and so many persons in around 65% of the population is involved in the agriculture, but agriculture production is very less and they are below 20%. So this data we need to change and we need to enhance more agricultural productivity by introducing various technology in the agriculture, by inculcating women, by giving equal fair wages to the women. So these are the ways that we can produce and enhance our agricultural productivity. Moving to the increased crop diversification. So India is a country which is wheat and rice based country, but for few products we have to be dependent on the other country, just like sunflower oil, soybean. So for that thing, India need to develop crop diversification and we should not just focus and we should not dependent on the staple diet. We should also grow other food products so that we should not import from the other countries. And then support small scale farmer. So what we have seen that there is an unequal distribution of food also and unequal distribution of land also. And because of that, small scale farmers are lacking in the agricultural production and agriculture productivity. So these things are very much important and government should definitely think about their development and about their empowerment. We have different initiatives just like Kishan Credit Card, but all these initiatives should reach to the small scale farmers who has the land of less than 2 hectares. Then coming to the climate resilience. So India is focusing on the fulfilling the sustainable development goals and they are also very active in various climatic programs, and India has also taken place to zero emission by 2070. So all these things will have a direct impact on the climate condition and also on the agriculture. So we should also definitely focus on such thing and we should actively take part in such things, and we should definitely reduce the greenhouse gas emissions and then reduce food loss and waste. So we have seen that in marriages and due to the lack of storage, lack of warehouses, most of the our onions, milks, potatoes and various grains are wasted because of the lack of warehouses and because of the lack of awareness. We don't know how to keep all those grains. We have less number of cold storage. So in that way, we have to work a lot. And we have a very good initiative of the silo godowns, but the number of silo godowns are very less in number. So they should be increased. And in terms of the water also, so we have a tube well system and water pump system for the agriculture. But what we have seen that they are not used efficiently and few farmers are not getting this kind of the facilities. So there should be the equal distribution of water management also, and then food distribution and supply chain enhancement. So we have a different kind of loopholes in food distribution system. We definitely have public distribution system and one nation and one ration card, but there is just so many faulty lines in the public distribution system. There are so many grains who are sold in a black markets, who are sold at very high prices, and there are few poor households who does not know how to avail the rations and they don't have even ration cards. So the government of India should definitely focus on to make large number of ration cards so that the food should reach to the poorer among the poorest. So Moving to the next slide. Next slide is about practice question problems, and this question is related to the Poshan Abhiyan because Government of India is taking much care for the children's food security, and we have a Anganwadi schemes who are taking care of the small children, unborn child, and also the women and their food security. So in that way, Poshan Abhiyan becomes very important. And the first statement is the month of December will be celebrated as Poshan Mah. And the second is it has provision of Poshan Vatika, and here they are asking the correct statement, so you have to answer in the comment section. Moving to the mains part, which is Global Hunger Index 2023 ranking shows a serious level of hunger and food insecurity in India. In this context, it is imperative that India take holistic measures to deal with the issue of food insecurity. So, I have already told you that according to Global Hunger Index 2023, India ranks 111th out of 125 country, which is a very worrisome situation for a country because we are becoming, on the other hand, world's 5th largest economy, but most of the population are still unfed and still poor and they don't have a food access. So these kind of problems you can show in your answer. And then coming to that, what Government of India should take initiative regarding that. So we already have discussed that, what Government of India have taken. Suppose that we have a very good initiative just like NFSA, and under Article 21 also we have a right to live with dignity. So there is no direct explicit meaning that, there should be the food security of the country, but it is implicit in nature of Article 21. So there is a legal entitlement of the food also and food rights of the people. So we have this Article 21, and then Government of India has introduced ICDS, then Anganwadi schemes. So all these initiatives are very helpful. But what we are lacking here, that despite of various introduction of various measures, we are still lacking, and our global hunger index is rising day by day. In terms of stunting, India is more than 30%. In terms of malnutrition, India is more than 32%. So what these data shows that we are failing as a nation to provide very much good food and nutritious food to our population. And on the other hand, we are becoming a developed economy. So this is not doing justice to the poorer masses of the country. If the poorer masses of the country are not getting enough food or nutritious food, then what's the benefit of becoming a developed country, and what's the benefit of becoming a very progressive country if our masses are unfed? So in that sense, India should definitely think, and there should be the strict implementation of all these foods. The ration card should be made, and there should be check in the corruption of the food distribution system. There is a black marketing of various grains, and so many people are left unfed. So in that way, Government of India should take definitely strict measures to implement all those policies, and they should definitely take care of the lower income countries, lower income groups, and also the middle income groups. So they should be the category divided for all income groups, and they should get benefit according to their income. So I hope you like this lecture. If you have any queries related to this lecture, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you.